as you all know that कि yesterday we have concluded our chapter. So yesterday we have concluded our chapter called Audit Strategy, Planning and Program, where we learned everything about the planning, strategy, program, and then we also learned about what? We also learned about the SA 320 materiality. Am I correct or not? Materiality also we understood. Am I correct or not? So after that, I gave you the introduction of this chapter called chapter number 3. What is the name of the chapter number 3? Evidence and documentation. Yesterday also I made you understand, everyone. First of all, I would like to ask you a very simple question, everyone. Second chapter, I completely did it without seeing your comments and without face-to-face class. It was a home-based class. Please tell me, did you all get satisfied with the chapter? Did you all understand the concepts of the chapter? Please just clarify me once. If anybody is having any doubt, perfectly it was understood, perfectly the chapter went inside your head. Yes or no? I need a reply from everyone. Very nice, very nice. Divashri, Shriya, Indugu, Chintakala, Bala, Reddy, everyone. Yes. Haripriya, Konda, Bhavna. Yes, very nice. Okay. Chalo. So this chapter is more important as compared to the second chapter also. Second chapter was also important. Actually, the first 3-4 chapters are going to create the base for your subject called what? Auditing. Right or not? Yeah. About materiality level, Arun Sai. So yesterday's example, you didn't understand about the materiality level. Is it so, Arun Sai? Yes? Don't worry. I will make you understand. Don't worry. Anyways, we have to talk about the materiality in our chapter number 4 also. So there I will again make you understand the example of materiality level. Everyone, today's chapter which we are going to start is known as evidence and documentation. So sir, evidence and documentation chapter mein what we are going to do? In the evidence and documentation chapter mein we are going to understand total how many standards, everyone. Yesterday I told you. How many standards I told you? 9 standards on auditing. I told you. We are going to understand 9 standards on auditing. Sir, 5 standards, 8 standards we are going to do from the 500 series, and 1 standard we did it from our what do you say, SA 200. We are going to do it SA 230 from our 200 series, and 8 standards we are going to do from the 500 series. Don't worry, if you have any doubts, Chaitanya, Arun Sai, keep it with you. Just let me know. Once the class will be over, you just let me know the doubts. Okay? Yeah. Now, sir, what are the series we are going to do? Now, when we talk about the evidence series, there are total 11 standards on auditing, everyone. How many? 11 standards on auditing are there. Out of 11 standards on auditing, 1 standard is eliminated from your portion, that is called 540. Out of 10 standards which are left in your portion, we have to do the 8 standards in this chapter except 520 and except 530. Sir, 520 and 530, why we are leaving? Because we have a separate chapter for the same. Are you getting the point? We have a separate chapter for the same. So as a separate chapter, we'll understand it separately. So sir, which standards we are going to cover? 500, 501, 510, 505, 550, 560, 70 and 80. These are the 8 standards of 500 series we are going to understand. Clear everyone? उसके बाद one more standard we'll do, that is called SA 230. तो in total 8 plus 1 makes it to 9 standard. Sir, 230 किसके बारे में? 230 है documentation के बारे में. It is very much connected with our practical life also, our professional life also. So there are so many things you will understand in the documentation, and there are so many things you are going to understand in evidence. So next few days, we are only going to dedicate ourselves to the chapter called evidence and documentation. Clear everyone? Yes or no? Yes. चलो, let us first understand कि sir audit documentation का मतलब क्या होता है. Try to understand one thing very clearly. You are able to see one certificate in front of you. Are you able to see one certificate in front of you? Yes or no? Are you able to see this certificate in front of you? Yes or no? Yes. Please reply. Yes. Sir, ये certificate होता क्या है? This certificate is a certificate which is issued by whom? It is issued by the ICAI. In the ICAI, everyone please understand, in the ICAI, there is one board. There is one board. What is the name of the board? The name of the board is known as Peer Review Board. What is the name of the board, everyone? Peer Review Board. ICAI has created one peer review board. Are you getting the one? Peer review board. Sir, what do you mean by peer review? ICAI will send some peer reviewers on the practicing CS firm. तो ICAI क्या करता है? ICAI will send some peer reviewers on the practicing CS firm. Are you getting the point? Sir, what these peer reviewers will do? These peer reviewers will come and will check whether I am maintaining the proper documentation relating to my clients or not. Are you getting the point? So what these peer reviewers will do, they will come and check whether I am maintaining proper documentation, whether I am maintaining what? Proper documentation for my clients or not. Sir, what do you mean by proper documentation? Whatever the evidences I have collected, whatever the planning and strategies I have made, whatever the materiality level I have set, do you remember everywhere what is the common thing we wrote? Documentation. Did we document our planning, programming, and strategy, changes in the planning, programming, strategy, reasons of changes, performance materiality at general level, performance materiality at a specific level of ABCD transactions, overall materiality level? Did we document each and everything or not? Yes, everyone. Yes, we documented each and everything. So, sir, where we are going to put that documentation? Where we are going to store that documentation? In the auditor's office. ये मेरी property है. Documentation is whose property, everyone? It is auditor's property. Now, ICAI ने क्या बोला कि how should I believe that whether you are following the standard number 230 or not? So, ICAI conducted one board, peer review board. Peer review board will send some peer reviewers to the chartered accountants practicing firm, and they will come and check whether you are doing the proper documentation of the audits what you have done or not. Everyone will write CC if you all understood why audit documentation is very important. Yes or no? Yes. Once the peer reviewers will come, once they will come to your firm, they will check that whether you have done the proper documentation or not. On the basis of that, they will issue you this certificate. On the basis of that, they will issue you this certificate. That is why, what is the name of the certificate? Peer review certificate. The name of the certificate is peer review certificate. They will issue you the certificate with your firm registration number, with your name on that, and they will say whether you are maintaining the proper documentation or not. Did you get the point or not? The peer review certificate is a good thing or a bad thing? It's a very good thing. The peer review certificate indicates that whether my firm is meeting the quality standards issued by the ICAI or not. Whether my firm is meeting the standards on auditing issued by the ICAI or not. Everyone understood the introduction of this standard? Yes or no? I hope all of you understood the introduction of the standard. Yes or no? Yes. So this is what the introduction of the audit documentation. कि सर अब तुम्हें समझ में आएगा कि documentation, why it is important in one's life. Why audit documentation is very much important. Now, sir, what do you mean by audit documentation? Do you remember in our chapter number 1, we have done essay 200? Yes, sir. In essay 200, one of the basic principles governing an audit. There were total 9 basic principles governing an audit. How many principles were there, everyone? 9 basic principles governing an audit. Out of those 9 basic principles governing an audit, one of the basic principles governing an audit was audit documentation. And if you remember, there itself only I told you what evidences we collect from the client's place. It is our responsibility, whatever the plannings I made, whatever the documentations I have collected, whatever the evidences I have collected, whatever the programs I made, everything is required to be documented and put it in a file. Did I tell you the same thing or not? Everything is required by the auditor and put it in a proper file. That file we have to maintain at our office. That is known as audit documentation. Everyone CC, did you all understand? What is the meaning of audit documentation? So as per SA 200, audit documentation is what? As per SA 200, audit documentation is one of the basic principles governing an audit. It is one of the basic principles governing an audit. As per SA 230, what is the definition of audit documentation? Ab suno. As per SA 200, it is one of the basic principles governing an audit. Mother Standard talks about it. As per SA 230, what is the definition? Now read the definition, everyone, carefully. Audit documentation means audit working papers, which includes, again repeat after me, audit documentation means audit working paper file, which includes, audit documentation means audit working paper file, which includes, what does it include? My audit procedures, my audit techniques performed, and the audit techniques adopted by the auditor. It also includes my audit evidences collected by the auditor. It also includes the audit conclusions drawn by the auditor. Did you all understand the point or not? So audit documentation है क्या? Audit documentation is a audit working paper file in which my audit procedures are documented, audit techniques are documented, audit evidences which I have collected are documented, and audit conclusions which I have drawn are also documented. Crystal clear, everyone? Write the word CC if you all understood. Quickly, jaldi jaldi reply करेंगे. Write the word CC if you all understood. तो सर ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन क्या है? ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन एक ऐसी फाइल है जिसमें ऑडिट के प्रोसीजर्स जो उसने फॉलो करे, ऑडिट की टेक्निक्स which he has performed, audit evidences what he has collected, and audit conclusions which are drawn by the auditor. Everything will be sorted in one file. That file is known as audit documentation. Everyone clear? Yes sir, clear. अब तो मुझे ये बताओ, is this file going to be a guide for the future audit? क्या ये फाइल मेरे को फ्यूचर में हेल्प करेगी? Yes. Next year when I'll be doing the audit of the same client, will I be opening this file to refer and to have the starting point for the next year audit or not? Yes. So next year का starting audit I can only understand if I have this file in my office. So if this file is there in my office, next year I'll refer this file and will have a reference for the future audit. Second advantage, it what is the second advantage? It acts as a self-defensing tool. It also acts as a self-defensing tool. Everyone, I will ask you a question. After that, you all have to reply yes, if you agree with me. Now, my client came to me and he said that, Rohit, you did not do that, you did not do this. You told us that you will give us a positive opinion, but you gave the negative opinion. What was your planning? What was this and that? He is putting so many allegations on me. Can I open this file and defend myself or not? I need a reply. Quickly tell me. Can I open this file and defend myself or not? Yes, I can defend myself. So tell me, when I am able to defend myself, is it going to act as a self-defensing tool for me? Is it acting as a self-defensing tool for me? Yes, sir. It is acting as a self-defensing tool for you. Everyone clear? Yes, perfectly understood. Yes. तो भैया हम लोग रैप अप करेंगे डेफिनेशन. तो डेफिनेशन क्या है? As per SA 200, sir, it is one of the basic principles governing an audit. As per SA 230, audit documentation means an audit working file which includes my audit procedures, my audit techniques, my audit evidences which I have collected, and audit conclusions which I have drawn. It acts as a guide for the future audit and at the same point of time act as a self-defensing tool. Crystal clear, everyone? Yes or no? Yes sir. समझ में आ गया सर. नाउ कि सर ये जो मेरी फाइल है, द फाइल विच आई एम मेंटेनिंग, विच वी कॉल ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन और ऑडिट वर्किंग पेपर फाइल, what are those factors which will affect the content and the form of the file? In simple words, if I have to tell you what to be included, what not to be included, whether my file should be big or file should be small, what should be inside the file which is relevant and what should be outside the file, which is irrelevant, that is dependent upon some factors. So what are those factors? Nature, size, and complexity of the client's business. My question is very simple. If your client is a manufacturing concern, are you going to obtain GST returns from the client or custom returns from the client? What will be the part of your file? What evidences will become the part of your file? If your client is a manufacturing concern, GST. Am I correct or not? If your client is a manufacturing concern, GST. लेकिन अगर आपका client import export के business में है तो sir custom returns. So it means what is going to be there in my file that is dependent upon the nature of my client's business or not? Yes. It also depends upon the size of my client's business. How big your client is going to decide how big your audit working papers are going to be. अगर तुम्हारे client का size बड़ा है तो obviously तुम्हारी audit documentation file भी बड़ी होगी. अगर तुम्हारे clients का business simple है, audit documentation कम होगा. But if your client's business is complex in nature, then audit documentation file will be more. So are you understanding nature, size and complexity of the client's business affects the forms and content of my audit documentation? Yes or no? हाँ के ना? हाँ के ना? Yes or no? Yes. Perfectly understood? Yes. So nature, size and complexity of the business will decide how my audit documentation file is going to look like. Crystal clear? Okay, sir. Next point. Audit procedures performed by the auditor. What is the next point? Audit procedures performed by the auditor. अब तो मुझे ये बताओ, if I will go lenient on my client, अगर मैं अपने client के ऊपर lenient procedure follow करता हूं, whether my evidence collection will be higher or lower? Lower. So whether my audit documentation will be higher or lower? Lower. But if I am going in a strict way on my client, whether my audit evidence collection will be higher or lower? Higher. And whether my audit documentation file also will be higher or lower? Higher. So what kind of audit procedures you are going to perform on your client's place is also going to affect your form and content of audit documentation. Crystal clear? Yes or no? समझ में आया? आगे सर. Sir, third one. रोमम identified. पहले तो ये बताओ, एवरीवन राइट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स व्हाट इज द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ रोमम. जल्दी लिखो. राइट द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ रोमम. जल्दी लिखो. रोमम रोमम रोमम. फुल फॉर्म ऑफ रोमम. यस यस. वेरी नाइस सात्विका. वेरी नाइस. वेरी नाइस बेगम. वेरी नाइस गौसिया बेगम. वेरी नाइस. मिस्टर अखिल, अनुषा, श्रिया, चिंतकला, वेली शेट्टी, तेजस्वी, everyone. Risk of material misstatement. Very proud of you all. Now see, if the ROMAM level is high at my client's place, my evidence collection will be also high. What will be my audit documentation file? High. अगर ROMAM का level is low, my audit evidence collection will be low. Therefore, my audit documentation also will be low. Do you all agree? Yes or no? Yes, sir. So tell me the three factors which has affected the form and content of my audit documentation file. Sir, तीन factors में से nature, size and complexity of the client's business. What kind of audit procedure the auditor is going to perform at the client's place? How much level of ROMAM the auditor has identified. Next one. Significance of the audit evidence to be collected. Sir, what do you mean by significance of the audit evidence to be collected? अब इसको ध्यान से सुनना. If the audit evidence collection is too important for you, very much significant for you, highly important for you, are you going to collect one or so many? So many. Therefore, your audit documentation file will be bigger. But if the audit evidences are not that much like, okay, not that much irrelevant, not that much significant, not that much important. So will you collect more audit evidence or less? Less. So significance of audit evidence, what is the significance of the audit evidence you are collecting? That is also one of the factor. Are you getting the point? ये very complicated point है. Question number 5. So Arun Sai, प्लीज बी केयरफुल व्हेन आई एम सेइंग दिस पॉइंट. अभी इसको ध्यान से सुनना. नंबर ऑफ एक्सेप्शंस फाउंड. सब पहले तो मेरे को ये बताओ, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय एक्सेप्शंस? सर, एक्सेप्शंस मीन्स you were expecting something and something else came out. That is called exception. You were expecting something and something else came out. Are you getting the point? That is called exception. If the auditor is expecting something from the client's business, from his audit, and completely opposite thing has come out, completely different thing has come out, auditor is shocked or not? Tell me, auditor is shocked or not? Auditor is shocked. Are you getting the point? Auditor is shocked. When the auditor is shocked, will he collect more evidence? Yes, he will collect the more evidence. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Are you able to listen to me properly now? Please reply. Am I audible? Am I audible now? Please reply me properly. Yes. Now, what I was saying that is, sir, if the auditor will be shocked, suddenly some exceptions came. He will collect more and more evidence. Yes, sir, he will collect more and more evidence. When you will collect more and more evidence, it means due to the more and more number of exceptions, more and more evidence will be collected. And if there are very less exceptions, less evidence will be collected. So can I say that number of exceptions also plays a very important role in deciding what is going to be the part of your audit file and what is not going to be the part of your audit file? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Did you all understand? Exceptions का मतलब? Yes. Next point. Types of opinion and conclusions drawn. अच्छा, tell me, if I am drawing a clean opinion, everyone, if I am drawing the clean opinion, clean means positive opinion. Do I have something wrong to talk about the client? Do I have something wrong to talk about the client? Nothing wrong to talk about the client. When I have nothing wrong to talk about my client, then in that case, my audit evidence collection will be higher or lower? Lower. But if I am giving a negative opinion, adverse opinion, disclaimer opinion, it means I have to collect so many evidences to support my opinion or not. I have to collect so many proofs to support my opinion or not. It means my audit evidence collection will be higher in that case. Are you getting the point or not? So what type of opinion you are also giving, that is also going to affect your audit documentation. Right? Next one, point number 7. Audit tools used. What is the point number 7? Audit tools used. What do you mean by audit tools used? What kind of audit tools I'm using, that is also going to affect your audit documentation. अच्छा, मेरे को ये बताओ, अगर मैं physical inspection करता हूं, if I'm doing the physical inspection of that plant and machinery, can I ask a list of your plant and machinery? Yes. Can I ask who is the owner of this? Show me the purchase invoices of plant and machinery. Yes. Can I ask the certificate of the accountant whether he has done the proper valuation of plant and machinery? Yes. So many evidences I am asking if I am doing physical verification. If I am doing what? Physical verification. But if I am doing only observation, okay, I went to the factory, they told me 15 plant and machineries are there. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Okay, I paid. Khatam, came back. Now tell me, did you collect any evidence or only observation? No evidence, only observation. It means what? It means what? It means audit evidences are collected less. So it means these are the 7 factors which helps in deciding the auditor what should be the form and what should be the content of your audit documentation file, what to be included, what not to be included, how your audit working paper file should look like. Did you all understand what I'm saying? Yes or no? Did you all understand what I'm saying? Yes or no? Yes, crystal clear है. किसी को भी doubt हो तो पूछ लो. On the spot, doubt clarification now, because now I can see your comments. Anybody is having a doubt, you can ask me right now. Very nice, very nice. Great. So tell me everyone, do you remember the 7 factors? Do you remember the 7 factors? No, sir, we don't remember. Please make us remember. So close your eyes like me and remember. Point number 1, nature, size and complexity of the client's business. Point number 2, audit procedures performed by the auditor. Point number 3, ROMUM identified by the auditor. Point number 4, what is the significance of the audit evidence you are collecting? Point number 5, number of exceptions found. Point number 6, what type of opinion you are giving. Point number 7, what audit tools you are using. Crystal clear, everyone? Pura 7 ka 7 factors went inside your head. So these factors will help you in deciding what should be the form and content of your audit documentation file. Clear, everyone? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Everyone, please tell me, does everyone did not understand the chapter number 2? Everyone understood the chapter number 2 ना? Planning, strategy and programming सब कुछ समझ में आया ना? I think there are 1 or 2 people who are saying that they have a doubt in materiality concept. Am I correct? So most of you understood the chapter, right? Crystal clear था ना? पूरा chapter? Yes. Okay. I thought that ki I was unable to read your comment. That's why there's a problem in the chapter number 2. But anyways, even if you have any problem, you just let me know. No problem. Now so I'll be there with you, listening and reading your comments every time. Okay. Now, shall we move to the next topic? Yes, sir. Sir, ये जो हमने audit documentation अभी पढ़ा, just now we have learned audit documentation. We understood what are the forms and contents of the audit documentation and how it is being affected, and what is there in the documentation: audit program, audit techniques, audit evidences and audit opinions created by the auditor. Sir, इसका एडवांटेज क्या है, इसका पर्पस क्या है, इसका रोल क्या है, इसका फंक्शन क्या है? What is the purpose, what is the role, what is the function and what is the advantage of audit working file, audit working paper file, which is also known as audit documentation? First 2 points, so I already told you in the definition itself. Sir, it acts as a guide for which audit? Future audit. And it acts as a self-defensing tool against the gross negligence charges. So I'm not going to waste any time in making you understand that again. Is it crystal clear? The first one, it acts as a guide for the future audit. That is advantage number 1, purpose number 1, role number 1, function number 1. What is the second one? Act as a self-defensing tool. Clear? Yes. Point number 3. अब सुनना ध्यान से. Sir, whether the audit documentation of last year is going to help me in making the planning and programming of this year. Sir, whether the audit documentation of last year are going to help me in making the planning and programming of this year. Yes or no? क्या पिछले साल का documentation will help me in making the planning and program and performance of this year audit? Answer is absolutely yes, sir. क्योंकि that is being recorded in writing. It is recorded in written form. Written form can be referred again. It can be seen again and again. And last year का planning and programming में file document, this year का planning and programming तो I will definitely be able to do. Yes or no? Yes, unless there is a major change. Yes, very nice. Akhil, change, I am just asking about helping. I am not saying copy paste. Obviously, if changes are there, definitely we'll change it. Yes, everyone? Yes. Next point. Now tell me one thing. When I record everything, when I make a note of everything, is there any chance that any member of my engagement team can escape from their responsibility? Tell me, is there any chance that any member of my engagement team can escape from the responsibility? No. I have noted their responsibility. I have documented what they have done. In future, if they will say me, sir, I did not do this thing, maybe Mr. Akhil might have done, or maybe Mr. Anshu Bala has done, or maybe Miss Diveshri has done. I have not done. Akhil is saying I did not do anything. Diveshri or Bala ne kiya. So can I open the audit documentation and see whether the Akhil signature is there or not? So Akhil signature was there. Now when the Akhil signature was there, I said, Akhil, tu to pakda gaya beta. So can you escape, Akhil, from your responsibility? Yes or no? No. Akhil cannot escape from the responsibility. It means engagement team cannot escape from their accountability if the audit documentation is maintained. Crystal clear? Everyone will write CC if you all understood the example of Akhil, Bala and Deveshri Wala. Yes? Perfect. Okay. Next point. Point number 5. Sir, it helps us in directing and supervising a teamwork and discharging their responsibility. Am I correct? According to the documentation, I can put a direction on my team. I can supervise my teamwork because they will keep on giving me the documentations or not. So this is the week report. This is the week report from A Limited. This is a week report from B Limited. This is a week report from D Limited. They will keep on giving me the documents, evidences, and I can direct it. I can supervise it. I can review it, and I can easily tell them where you are going wrong and where you are going right, and I can help them in discharging their responsibility. Clear, everyone? Yes or no? Yes. So it can help in direction. It can help in not direct. It can help in direction and supervision of teamwork and discharging their responsibility. And next, the sixth advantage, it serves as an evidence when any quality control or peer review will take place. Abhi just starting of the chapter mein what I told you in the starting of the chapter, what is the actual purpose? What is the actual purpose behind the audit documentation? Whether the ICA is having the peer review board who will conduct the peer review on my firm and will see whether my firm is maintaining the proper documentation or not. So if I'll maintain this documentation file in my company, will I be able to show them? Will I be able to show them the evidence or not? कि भैया my firm is maintaining proper documentation. My firm is maintaining proper quality control, and please give me a right peer review certificate. Yes or no? Yes. So it serves as an evidence when any quality control or any peer review things will take place. But let me ask you a very simple thing. बहुत simple question. Sir, quality review and peer review is being conducted on you by whom? Quality review and peer review is conducted on the auditor's firm by whom? किसने किया ये review तुम्हारे ऊपर? Who did this review on you? Quickly, waiting for your answer. Who did it? Peer review board. Can I say that ICA did it? Can I say that quality review and peer review on you is done by whom? ICA. ICA नहीं बनाया ना peer review board and quality review board. ICA only made the peer review board and quality review board. So indirectly ICA is putting the examination on you or investigation on you. Is there a possibility that ki outside authorities can also investigate your firm? Yes. ROC can put the investigation. NCLT can put the investigation. NFRA can put the investigation. Central government can put the investigation on your firm. At that point of time, whether this documentation will help you in proving your external inspections and external investigations. Yes or no? Yes. It will help you in proving yourself against the external inspections and investigation. Crystal clear? Yes. So it helps me in internal investigations, and it also helps me in what? External investigations. CC everyone? Yes or no? Yes. सर मजा आ रहा है स्टैंडर्ड पढ़ने में? मजा आ रहा है स्टैंडर्ड पढ़ने में एवरीवन? ऐसे 230 मजा आ रहा है? ये अपने ऊपर अप्लाई करो कि भैया यू आर अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, यू आर इन प्रैक्टिस, दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू फॉलो. Apply it on yourself. Now, sir, it also demonstrates the auditor's performance that he has followed the applicable laws and regulations and standards on auditing. अब सुनो. When do you call an auditor a performer? When he is working efficiently or inefficiently? Efficiently. When he is working effectively or ineffectively? Effectively. When he is working his audit on timely basis or on untimely basis? Timely basis. So when the audit documentation helps you in achieving efficiency, it helps you in achieving effectiveness, it helps you in completing your audit on time, and by this you are also showing to the outside world that I am following every rule and regulation, I am following every standard on auditing. Are you a good performer? Are you a good performer? Yes, you are a good performer. It means the audit documentation also demonstrates the auditor's performance, that he has followed the applicable L&R and applicable standards on auditing. Crystal clear, everyone? Perfectly understood. So, sir, what we have done so far? We have understood the meaning of audit documentation. What we have understood so far? We understood the meaning of audit documentation. We also understood the factors affecting the forms and content of audit documentation. And we also understood what? Purpose, role and functions and advantages of the audit documentation. Yes, everyone? Now, सर ये जो हमने एविडेंस कलेक्ट करे थे, प्लानिंग डॉक्यूमेंट करी थी, so many evidences we collect, so many programs we made, so many communications took place between me and management. So ये जो all those loose papers of evidences and these loose paper bundle is there with me. When should I assemble it into a file? मैं इसको कब एक फाइल में बना के रखूं? When should I assemble my loose evidences, planning, programming, communication documents into a proper file? What is the time period? Within 60 days from the date of issuing the audit report or from the date of issuing the group audit report. 60 days के अंदर the moment you have issued the audit report, it means audit report is the last of audit. It means तुम्हारा audit is completely 100% over. Now, when your audit is completely and 100% over, within 60 days from the date on which you have issued the audit report, assembling karo. It means within 60 days, you have to prepare a proper file and store it in your office. Did you get the point or not? Yes or no? Gross negligence charges, Rohan, means suppose the management is saying ki auditor, Mr. Rohit, you are very negligent. You didn't check our cash. You didn't check our internal control system. You didn't check our GST return. There are so many mistakes. You didn't check at all. I will open my file. Sir, cash was checked on this date. GST returns also I checked. Your signatures are there. Don't tell me I'm a gross negligent. I'm very well within my powers and I make a record of each and everything what I did on which date. Now tell me, did it act as a self-defensing tool now? Tell me, Rohan. Yes or no? रोहन साहब समझ में आया क्या? यस, समझ में आया सर? तो कोई भी मेरे ऊपर उंगली नहीं उठा सकता कि रोहित तुमने काम अच्छा नहीं किया, यू आर अ ग्रॉस नेग्लिजेंट फेलो, यू आर दिस, यू आर दैट. एनीबडी कैन से मी और नो वन कैन से मी. नो वन कैन से मी. डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट? चलो, लेट्स कम बैक टू असेंबलिंग टाइम. तो सर, विद इन हाउ मेनी डेज वी हैव टू असेंबल ऑल दिस पेपर्स इनटू अ प्रॉपर फाइल? Everyone, write the answer. Within how many days we have to assemble all these papers into a proper file? Within 60 days. 60 days will start from. Sir, 60 days will start from. 60 days will start from issue of audit report. 60 days will start from issue of audit report. And ये कहां पे लिखा हुआ है? ये कहां पे लिखा हुआ है? ये essay 230 में नहीं लिखा हुआ. This is not written in essay 230. This is written in our mother standard SQC1. Remember the day one when I told you that there are so many other types of standards. SAEs, SREs, SRS, SAs and SQCs. उसमें से SQC का मतलब क्या था? Standards on Quality Control. In that SQC1 says that it will be a good quality control if the auditor will assemble all his papers into a proper file within 60 days from the date of issuing the audit report. Everyone will write CC. Yes or no? समझ में आया? हाँ जी सर, समझ में आया. Now, SQC1 कुछ और भी बोलता है. SQC1 बोलता है, अब now auditor is in dilemma. Look at my situation. I have done hundreds of audit. Hundreds of audit means thousands of papers I have collected. Thousands of papers means hundreds and thousands of files are there in my office. If I'll keep on storing all the files in my office will become a kabad khana. My office will become an old newspaper shop. So many files of my client, all those things. Am I correct or not? It will become a kabadi shop. Am I correct or not? Useless paper shop. Now the question arises, SQC says that, don't worry. Preserve it only for how many years? 7 years. 7 years तक रखा अपने ऑफिस में. Till the next 7 years, keep that in your office. 8th year में dispose it. It means in my office, relating to my clients, how many years information is available? 7 years information is available. Because SQC1 tells me that please maintain these files for the next how many years? 7 years only. After 7 years, discard them. So assembling time का provision भी which standard gave? SQC1, and preservation time also which standard came? SQC1. Assembling time क्या? Within 60 days from the date of issue the audit report? Yes. Preservation time 7 years from the date of issuing the audit report. So you have to assemble it within 60 days from the date of audit report, and you have to preserve these documents till the next 7 years from the date of audit report. Everyone will write CC. Group audit, Arun Sai, group audit report means consolidated audit report where all the associates, subsidiaries, joint ventures are also included. That is called group audit report. Clear everyone? चलो यहां तक समझ में आया? Everyone understood? हाँ, अगर आप practicing CMA हो, listen, if you are practicing CMA, तो भैया ICWAI Act, Cost and Work Accountants Act, says that you have to maintain it for 10 years. If you are a practicing CMA, you have to maintain it for 10 years. Apna SQC1 and our Chartered Accountant Act 1949 says that maintain it for what? Maintain it for 7 years, that is more than enough. But practicing CMA, maintain it for how many years? 10 years. Crystal clear everyone? Yes or no? Yes sir. समझ में आया? समझ में आया? यस सर. अब सुनना ध्यान से, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक है सर. ये जो हमने एविडेंसेस कलेक्ट करे, प्रोग्रामिंग बनाई, प्लानिंग बनाई, conclusions I have drawn, I put it into a proper file, and now this file is in my office. Am I correct? It is in my office. But sir, these documents I have collected from whose place? Client's place. I have collected from the whose place, everyone? Client's place. Now, when I collected it from client's place, did it become client's property? Answer is no. SA 230 पता क्या बोलता है? SA 230 बोलता है कि chartered accountant in practice is a which owner? He is an absolute owner of this documentation. Absolute owner. It is his property. It is his ownership. Because who did the hard work to collect it? Auditor did the hard work to collect it, my friend. Who did the hard work? Auditor did the hard work. तो भैया ये किसकी एब्सोल्यूट ओनरशिप है? ऑडिटर की एब्सोल्यूट ओनरशिप है. सर इसका एग्जांपल दे दो जल्दी से. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? चलो, मैंने रिलायंस का ऑडिट किया 17-18 में. 17-18 में मतलब ऑलमोस्ट 4-5 years back I did the audit of Reliance. That audit evidences which I collected are still preserved in my office or not? 17-18 का audit evidences which I collected are still preserved in my office or not? Yes or no? Mohammed Samir, I think you got an idea now what I'm saying. Ki why do we preserve? We preserve because sometimes the client may come to your office and say that, Rohit, can I see my audit documentation of 17-18 year? Can I see my audit documentation of 17-18 year? Now my question is very simple. Can I say no to the client? मैंने client को बोला मैं free नहीं हूं, नको, you can't come to my office. I will not show you the audit documentation which I have collected from your company. Can I say no to the client? Can I say no to the client? Answer is yes. Answer is yes. Sir, ये power आपको किसने दी? Who gave you this power? SA 230 gave me this power कि you are an absolute owner. You are the property holder. You are an absolute owner. You are the property holder. You can say no to anyone. No problem at all. Did you all understand the point? Did you all understand the point? Yes. Acha. Now, one day, Now listen to this. I am the statutory auditor of Reliance. Look at this example. Example number 2. I am the statutory auditor of Reliance. There is Mr. B who is the tax auditor of the Reliance. दोनों ऑडिटर डिफरेंट है. एक ने स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट किया, एक ने टैक्स ऑडिट किया अंडर द इनकम टैक्स एक्ट, एक ने किया स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट अंडर द कंपनीज एक्ट. तो फर्स्ट विच ऑडिट टेक्स प्लेस? फर्स्ट स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट टेक्स प्लेस. Tax auditor called me. Rohit sir, you are a statutory auditor? I said yes. Sir, I am also the tax auditor of the same company. I said very good. Sir, one humble request, I want to come to your office and want to check some of the documentations which you have collected while doing the statutory audit. I'd said turn around, po. What did I say? झुकेगा नहीं, नहीं दिखा तो जो मर्जी कर लो. I will not show you my documentation. Can I say no? Can I say no to the tax auditor also? He's another professional, another practicing CA. He's demanding my documentation. Can I say no? Answer is yes. I can say no to him also. I can say no to him also because I am a which owner? Absolute owner. I am a which owner? Absolute owner. So can I say no to the client? Yes. Can I say no to anyone? Yes. Can I say no to the another professional? Yes. Sir, I am not saying कि I will say no. I am not saying I will say no or I will definitely say no. I am not saying that. I am saying I can say no. It means ये किसकी मर्जी है? It is whose discretionary power to say yes or to say no? It is auditor's discretionary power. ये पूरी पावर तुम्हें किसने दी है? SA 230 ने दी है. तो SA 230 simply says that कि भैया you are the hard worker, you are the property holder, you are the one who was the absolute owner. To whom you want to show, to whom you don't want to show, that is completely and completely absolute power of an auditor. If I want to show, I will show. If I don't want to show, I will not show. So can I say no to everyone? Yes, I can say no to everyone. Crystal clear है? हाँ के ना? Everyone will write CC if you all understood. Yes. But. This is not 100% truth line. SA 230 says that if there is a question of law, if there is a question of law, अगर लॉ तुमसे तुम्हारे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन पूछता है, if there is a question of law and law is asking you your documentation, can I say no now? Tell me, give me the answer. Everyone write the answer in the comment box. Can I say no now? No, I cannot say no. Why? Because law is bigger than me. Are you getting the point or not? Law is bigger than me. I can say no to the client, I can say no to anyone, but I cannot say no when there's a question of law. Law is bigger than me. हम law के आगे झुक जाएंगे. We will bend the knees in the front of the law because law has created us. We have not created the law. Did you get the point? Yes or no? Yes. So what is our conclusion? If the auditor wishes, he can say no to anyone except if there's a question of law. Everyone understood the point? Everyone understood the point? Yes, sir. Understood the point. I hope सबको standard समझ में आ रहा है? Everyone is enjoying SA 230? Yes. समझ में आ रहा है? So I hope chapter number 2 also went inside your head completely. Chapter number 3 is going inside your head completely. Standard. अच्छा मेरे को ये एक I just need a very frank and very honest opinion from your side. Do you now think that the standards are very difficult? I just need a honest opinion. Do you think that the standards are very difficult? Now do you think that the standards are very difficult? Give me the honest opinion. No, standards are not at all difficult. Who can make only the things difficult? Who can make only the things difficult? It is you who can make the things difficult. It's not the ICA. It's you who can make the things difficult. When you leave these standards, when you don't want to learn the standard, you will not learn it. But when you put your heart and soul in learning the standard, understanding the concept कि lawmaker ने ऐसा क्यों बोला है, then in that case you will fall in love with the subject. You will start learning the subject instead of reading the subject. Am I correct or not? Did you get the point? चलो. So सबको समझ में आया? Are you getting the point? Now, it's a very simple question. बहुत छोटा सा question है. So what is the question? Audit documentation is must for which kind of circumstances? What are those situations under which audit documentation is not made? Under which the audit documentation becomes what? Must. Are you understanding what I'm saying? What are those areas under which audit documentation is must, mandatory, necessary, compulsory? Read the point number 1. For those matters which may pose future risk to my client. Those matters which may pose which risk? Present risk or future risk? Future risk. Present के लिए तो I am here ना. For the present audit I am here. But those areas, those matters which may pose the future risk to my client, that area का documentation is optional or it is mandatory? It is mandatory. उसको हमेशा अपने documentation file में maintain करके रखो. It is always mandatory to maintain those matters which may pose the future risk to your client. Mandatory. Right or not? Why I gave the modified opinion? उसके reasons को document करके रखो. When you are giving a negative opinion to your client, please document the reasons of your negative opinion. Sir, why reasons of the negative opinion? I only gave na. Arey, you may forget next year, useless fellow. You may forget next year ki last year due to what reason I gave the negative opinion. Is it better to note down the reasons due to which the auditor gave the modified opinion? Yes or no? Everyone will write CC if you are understanding my intention. Right or not? अगर कोई भी ऐसा मैटर है जो मेरे क्लाइंट को फ्यूचर थ्रेट पोज करता है और व्हाई आई गेव अ मॉडिफाइड ओपिनियन, उसका रीजंस मैंडेटरी और ऑप्शनल? इट इज मैंडेटरी. नेक्स्ट, दोज ऑडिट प्रोसीजर्स विच वर अप्लाइड लास्ट ईयर. तुमने लास्ट ईयर कौन से ऑडिट प्रोसीजर अप्लाई करे थे? व्हाट काइंड ऑफ ऑडिट प्रोसीजर्स, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ ऑडिट टेक्निक्स यू अप्लाइड लास्ट ईयर? मस्ट डॉक्यूमेंट इट. क्यों? क्योंकि it will guide you for the future audit. It will guide you for the future audit. So sir, what are the 3 things must audit documented? Those matters which are posing the significant future risk. Those reasons due to which the auditor has given the negative opinion. And those audit procedures which I applied last year. And those situations, what is the next point? Those situations which did not allow auditor to apply his ऑडिट प्रोसीजर. सर पॉइंट नंबर 3 और 4 में डिफरेंस देखो. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन पॉइंट नंबर 3 एंड 4? लुक एट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन पॉइंट नंबर 3 एंड 4. पॉइंट नंबर 3 इज सेइंग मेक अ डॉक्यूमेंट ऑफ दोस प्रोसीजर व्हिच यू अप्लाइड लास्ट ईयर, एंड पॉइंट नंबर 4 इज सेइंग आल्सो मेक द डॉक्यूमेंटेशन ऑफ दोस रीजंस ड्यू टू व्हिच यू आर अनएबल टू फॉलो योर ऑडिट प्रोसीजर्स. तुम अपने ऑडिट प्रोसीजर क्यों फॉलो नहीं करे, दैट रीजंस आल्सो यू हैव टू डॉक्यूमेंट. क्रिस्टल क्लियर? यस और नो? समझ में आ गया कि व्हाई इट इज मस्ट एरिया? तो टेल मी एवरीवन, व्हाट इज द मस्ट एरिया? दोज मैटर्स व्हिच आर पोजिंग द सिग्निफिकेंट फ्यूचर रिस्क टू माय क्लाइंट, दोज प्रोसीजर्स व्हिच आर अप्लाइड लास्ट ईयर, those situations due to which I was unable to apply my procedures last year, and those reasons due to which the auditor gave the which opinion? Modified opinion. Everyone will write CC, 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 CC in the answer so that I can understand what I'm trying to tell is everything going inside your head. सारे reply करो. Everyone reply. हमें भी तो motivation चाहिए. Sir, my throat is not working. I'm suffering from fever. I'm having a COVID-19 right now. मैं COVID के through चल रहा हूँ, but still I'm trying my level best. कि I should not show my pains to you. You should not feel like कि you are taking the classes from a very less energetic fellow. Am I correct or not? So what, when you write any reply now, when you write any comment, that is a motivation for us actually, so that I can understand ki yes, there are some set of students who are listening to me. If I don't want to teach, but I have to teach for you people. Am I correct, everyone? Yes or no? Yes. Perfectly understood. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much, everyone, for replying. Very nice. So, do we need to remember all these points to answer direct questions, or will we get only practical questions? Sometimes you may get these questions also, like how they may draft you. As a chartered accountant in practice, when you become an auditor of any company, there are following areas which are definitely required to be documented. Briefly explain those areas. Like that also, if the question will come, you have to write the answer like that. Is it correct, Miss Gausia Begum? Yes or no? समझ में आ रहा है, Miss Begum? So this is what the like areas you have to take care of. So if like this, they will ask you the question, write like that. Or sometimes they may ask you the practical question. Okay, auditor find out the significant future risk. And these are the various areas due to which the auditor was unable to apply his audit procedures last year. What the auditor shall do? उसमें लिखोगे auditor shall document it as per SA 230. It is being clearly said that if these are the four situations, auditor must document the audit documentation. अगर future risk pose हो रहे हैं, क्या मैंने audit procedure follow करे थे last year? Due to what reasons I did not follow my audit procedure, and what are the reasons due to which I gave the last year modified opinion? Did you all understand? Yeah, Chaitanya, remember one thing, auditing में questions आते हैं 4 4 3 3 marks, maximum 4 marks, minimum 3 marks. 2 marks का आता है true and false, that is question number 1, and out of remaining 5 questions you need to do 4 of 14 marks each. ठीक है ना? तो 4 4 3 3 parts आते हैं, एक ही क्वेश्चन में 4 parts, 4 mark 4 mark 3 mark 3 mark, फिर एक क्वेश्चन आएगा 4 mark 4 mark 3 mark 3 mark. Did you get the point, Chaitanya? This is how you get the marks. This is how you get the posing. Yes, yes, yes. समझ में आ रहा है? Yes. Chalo, I hope you liked the today's session also. Unfortunately, today the amount of time was spent in getting the app and getting registered, and so that I can see your comments and all. But anything, it was an investment of time. At least from tomorrow onwards, I will be able to see your comments very easily, and we can have a better communication. I hope you got satisfied with the topic which I delivered today. So thank you so much everyone for lending your patient ears. I'll borrow it again in the next class. Bye everyone. Take care. See you guys tomorrow at the same time. Bye bye everyone. Bye.